Joining us now is Missouri Senator Josh Hawley, whose office has also launched its own investigation into what only can be described as horror. Senator, you warned the clinic that accountability is coming. Now, what exactly will that look like? If this whistleblower's account is true, and there's many different aspects to this account, but they're all horrifying, what should happen?
Well, listen, some people may need to go to jail, Laura. You don't get to take kids in and tell them that they need to have their gender reassigned, lie to them about what the effects will be, which is sterilization in many instances, lie to their parents about it, and maybe take taxpayer dollars as part of the whole thing and then just get away with it. But here's what we need to find out, and what I'm going to find out, Laura. We need an accounting of every child who was abused in this way, every child who was sterilized by force, every child who was put through these procedures. We need to know, where's the money coming from? Laura, this is becoming an industry, and I'm going to follow every trail. Big pharma, the insurance monopolies, higher education, government. I want to know who is funding not only this clinic in Missouri, who's funding these clinics that are popping up all across the country, because these procedures, Laura, cost serious money, and somebody is making serious bucks by abusing our children. We're going to find out.
There's an interstate commerce, obvious interstate commerce nexus here. There are 100 pediatric clinics across the country, Senator. And is it not the case that it's time for Congress to act and step in? And that means pass legislation. Put the Democrats on notice. We want you to be on the record as either taking these clinics out of operation, or you're going to keep greenlighting what's happening to these kids. I think this has to happen.
Absolutely, Laura. I agree with that. And I tell you, one of the things Congress should do immediately, and I will introduce legislation to do it, is to give parents and victims the right to sue these doctors, these clinics, and any other participants who have forced sterilization on these kids, who have forced these treatments on these kids. They ought to be able to go to court and sue them for damages as much as they can get in federal court and in state courts too.
And Senator Hawley, the news that broke earlier today that an object was shot down over the water in Alaska, kind of near the Arctic Ocean somewhere. It was kind of confusing. They're not saying it's a balloon, but can we trust a lot of these reports coming out of the Pentagon, given what happened last week with the other balloon?
No, you can't trust, unfortunately, anything this administration is saying. Laura, I'll just say about that last balloon, they absolutely had the opportunity to take that spy balloon down before it crossed back over into the continental United States, before it came across my state and so many other states. They could have done it. They didn't. That was a catastrophic misjudgment on the part of the president, and it just shows his weakness towards China, towards our adversaries. This guy is completely asleep at the switch. Maybe he's too focused on shelling out cash for the ongoing war in Ukraine, all those blank checks, whatever it is. He's not focused on keeping Americans safe. That's where his priority should be.
Yeah, hard to understand how that balloon today was a threat, but the other one wasn't a threat to civil aviation. The other one, none of it makes sense. But what do I know? Senator, great to have you on tonight. Thanks so much.
Thank you.